I remember the discussion we had a while ago in the Discord. The link for that's below the subscribe button, by the way. But basically, we were asking, how come when people are doing all the right habits, when they're meditating, when they're exercising, when they're eating cleanly, how come they keep relapsing? And I mean, the reason that we came up with it was because they lack any sort of bigger picture image in their lives. For them, nofap is the biggest thing that they have. The problem with nofap is there are two sides to the coin. So on the one hand, you have the people who are so brainwashed by porn, right, that they can't function anymore. And this obviously is extremely bad. But on the other hand, you have the people who are totally brainwashed by nofap. They somehow believe that nofap is their meaning in life. It becomes their purpose and their higher power. But it isn't really that important. The problem with this brainwashing is that it can be as harmful as porn was in the first place. I mean, people get the idea that nofap is the solution. They make their goal getting a 90-day nofap streak, right? That becomes the highest achievement they can get in their lives. They don't realise though that getting a 90-day nofap streak is completely meaningless unless you're doing something bigger with it. And that's for two reasons. And the first reason is that if you're not doing something bigger, actually getting to that 90 days will be almost impossible. And the second reason is that a 90-day nofap streak isn't actually any form of tangible achievement. People talk about flatlining a lot, right, inside of nofap. It's this kind of thing where after about 9 days, you sort of just, because you're on nofap, right? But I mean, this isn't some weird biochemical thing that's going on inside of your brain that you've quit porn and so you're flatlining and you just have to sort of power through this and you'll get to the other side. The reason why you're flatlining is because you're living exactly the same life as you were before you quit porn, but now you've removed a massive source of dopamine. If you're not replacing pornography with something meaningful, with something productive, with another form of dopamine, you're going to flatline. But it isn't flatlining, it's just that you have nothing left in your life. If, for example, you were to start your nofap streak and every single day you were to do productive work alongside of that, you would never flatline. The crucial part of succeeding with nofap is having something bigger than yourself. Because the thing is, right, if you're a loser with an 180-day nofap streak, you're just a loser with an 180-day nofap streak. The streak isn't actually doing anything, but nofap has brainwashed you into believing that you've achieved something. It gives you the excuse to be decadent in the rest of your life. Nofap is the excuse that lets you live a shit life in every other regard because you're on a nofap streak. It has brainwashed you so much into believing it is the one self-improvement thing that will fix you, that it excuses you. It lets you say, okay, cool, tonight I'm going to watch an hour of TV, tonight I'm going to watch Netflix, tonight I'm going to play video games, as long as I don't watch porn. It says as long as I don't fap, doing anything else is okay. You see, porn is a problem, but it's only one of the problems in your life. And if you're struggling with nofap, if you're watching porn every single day, then I'm just going to guess that there's actually something bigger at play that's going on there. I mean, porn isn't the cause of your depression. It's not the cause of the bad issues that you're having in your life. It's symptomatic of them. Porn is a symptom of a purposeless, meaningless life. So you need to journal on this and find that purpose. Because the thing is once you find that purpose, that thing that you can pursue relentlessly, it's going to make nofap seem so pointless, so irrelevant, that you're going to wonder why you were even interested in the first place. I mean, here's the thing, right? I would rather any day of the week be a highly motivated, successful person who was working towards a purpose that they had in their lives and fap once a week than be a loser with an 180-day nofap streak. And that's not me telling you to relapse, right? Because obviously working hard, being purposeful and being on nofap is the ideal. But you get what I'm saying here. So I want every single one of you to get out a piece of paper and a pen. Actually just use a piece of paper and a pen for once, because I hear so many people just being like, no, fuck it, I'm just going to use my phone or whatever. But I mean, if you have to, get out your phone notes app. And I want you to journal on 3 questions here. And the first question is, when were you the happiest in your life? What habits were you doing at that time? Were you with certain people? Were you working towards certain things? Were you meditating? Were you reading? Were you on nofap? Were you not watching TV? What things were you doing when you were happiest in your life? Now, the second question is, who are your role models in your life? Which people do you consider to be successful? Is it a YouTuber? Is it one of your parents? Is it the Buddha? Is it a philosopher? Who do you consider to be an example of success in your life? And I want you to think about why they're successful and what aspects of their character you see as successful. Maybe it's because of their money, their spirituality, their happiness, their family values, whatever. Just figure out what aspects of their personality you see as successful and write that down. The next, I want you to ask yourself where you are at the moment in your life. So are you at school? Are you at university? And then the second question is that thing aligned towards your idea of success in number 2? So maybe the person that you saw as successful was a lawyer, right? And you're working at the moment towards a law degree. Then what you're doing is completely aligned. But say you want to become a vet and you're in school spending most of your time working in like art, English and history, then your goals aren't aligned. Then the fourth question is going to be, what things can you be doing right now? What tangible actions can you take to start aligning yourself better with step 2? So maybe you can start going to the gym. Maybe you can start working harder at the things that you're doing. Maybe you can start making YouTube videos. Whoever that goal was, that like goal person was, what can you do to start bringing yourself closer to that ideal of success? Once you've written those down, I want you to start following that. And you just start following that ideal of success, those things that you have to do with real discipline. The thing you've got to ask yourself is, do you want to be living this kind of bare minimum life, or do you want to be doing the things that are fulfilling? I mean, basically the crux of this is your answers to number 1 are the things you should be doing. And you don't want to be wasting your time with stuff that you've not even written down as an answer. Remember those productivity slots from the last video? Those are the times in which you need to start doing these actionable steps that you wrote down as your answer to number 4. I mean, here's the thing. Is watching YouTube your answer to question 1? Is eating shit food the answer to question 1? Is playing video games the answer to question 1? I mean, I hope not. The thing is these actions that you're doing aren't things that you were doing at your happiest point. So why are you doing them now? There's a crucial kind of mechanism in the world that you have to understand, and that's input equals output. So whatever you're putting into your body, whatever you're putting into your mind is the output that you receive, right? So if every single day you're putting in junk food, video games and porn, the output is going to be depression, anxiety, lethargy, all these things that aren't going to make you happy or feel fulfilled. Whereas if you start to input clean food, exercise, meditation, purposeful, productive work, you're going to start feeling amazing. So with those answers, you should be able to kind of suss out your purpose. And I want you to basically now go and sit in a room and turn off your phone after this video. Get out a journal, because this is going to be the most important hour, 2 hours of your life. Get out a journal and study those answers deeply. Look at what you were doing when you were happiest. Look at the role models for success that you have in your life. Look at what you're doing now. Look at the things you should be doing. And from that, develop a purpose. See what you were doing when you were happiest. See what the people that you think are successful do. And from there, create the ideal life that you want to be living. This is your purpose. Once you figure that out, that is what you are now supposed to be doing. And every single day you need to work relentlessly towards those goals to feel fulfilled, to feel happy in your life, to feel like a productive man rather than a loser with a nofap streak. You have one life and you need to do every single thing you can to achieve everything you want out of it, because it's slipping away faster than you can imagine. And the less you actually try and do this productive stuff, the faster it will start going. nofap has brainwashed you into believing that you can live a shit life as long as you have a streak. It excuses you. It's an excuse to do all these shit habits just because you're on this one super habit that everyone talks about so much. So you need to start now. You need to answer those questions. You need to go and lock yourself in a room. You need to find out exactly what your purpose is. You need to find out what things you enjoy, what your ideal of success looks like, whether that's helping people, whether that's just being rich, whether that's a certain job. Be very, very specific with these goals that you have. Be very specific with who you believe to be your ideal man, who you believe to be your role model, and start working on those things relentlessly. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. My name's Tom. Leave a like and a comment, you'll find those below the subscribe button. And join the Discord as well. You'll find the link for that in the description. You can go on there, you can talk to me, you can talk to the other guys, exactly whatever questions you want related to your own self-improvement journey, and we'll answer those. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.